You're listening to the 105th edition of the Bitachon podcast. We continue in Psukim from Reb Zundel. Dovid Hamelech says in chapter 13, verse 6 of Tehillim, "V'ani b'chazdecha batachti," very famous verse. I trusted in you, in your kindness. Yegil bi b'shuasecha, my heart will rejoice in your salvation. Ashir Hashem ki gamal aloi. I will sing to Hashem for that which He has done for me. We've learned this passuk together. We've even seen some of these meforshim. There's a few new ideas here as well I'd like to share with you. Let's also see some stuff that we've learned together. It's always good to review. Him chashvim ki ein li Mashiach, says the Radak. They think that I have no salvation, right? Dovid Hamelech is always addressing his enemies. He's always addressing his Yetzer Hara, perhaps we could say, his evil inclination, which tries to convince him not to trust in Hashem. They think that I have no salvation, I have no one to save me. But I trusted in your kindness that you will save me, even though I don't deserve it. Right? And this is such an important foundational idea in Bitachon. Of course, we need to try our best to, so to speak, be on Hashem's good side. Meaning we have a relationship with Hashem. Bitachon is about a relationship. And we need to try to do Hashem's will. That's incumbent upon each and every one of us. However, Dovid Hamelech says that even though I know that I've fallen short, I don't always do exactly with that which I wish. I don't exactly do perhaps what you will for me, Hashem. What is really best for me, Hashem. But still, I know that I can trust in you. Why? Because I trust in your kindness. Your kindness means that I don't necessarily deserve it, but you're going to help me anyway. You're going to give me what I need. The Ibn Ezra says, further bringing out this point of the Radak, the Ibn Ezra says, I don't have any kindness personally that I've done. I don't have enough kindness that I can trust in my own kindness and say, look, Hashem, I deserve that you'll give me what I need. But how come I can rejoice? How come I can be happy? I can be happy and rejoice because I trust in you because of your kindness. Because I know that you are kind despite my shortcomings. And that's an incredible thing. Think about it. The fact that Hashem gives us all that we need, takes care of us, saves us, takes us out of difficult situations. We don't really deserve it, so that's an incredible thing. That's something we should rejoice about. Rabbeinu Yonis says, the idea of Bitachon requires of us that we trust truthfully, that we really trust in the compassion of Hashem. And we trust in them in truth. A tikva atzula min habitachon hazeh. What is tikva? Tikva means hoping to Hashem. How do I have hope? Why do I believe that things are going to be better tomorrow or later today, better than they are now? Because it's because of this bitachon. Same idea. Even though I've sinned a lot, so it's a little bit more. Not only don't I have enough chesed, not only have I not done enough good, but I've also done a lot of wrong. I've done terrible sins. But still, Dovid Hamelech tells us, means, I know I can trust in you, Hashem, despite my shortcomings, despite my deep shortcomings. Even when I have a tremendous amount of sins, heaven forbid, still, Hashem is paida me. He redeems me even from my sins, and He redeems me from my troubles, my difficult situations. Here he brings from the Hamaspik Levdi Hashem, which is a sefer of Avram ben Arambam. V'chein mesupar al Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa, Mesha'amra HaMishnah. We find the Mishnah says, it's in Brachos and Daf Lamed Daled and Beis, page 34b. The Mishnah says about Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa, Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa was an incredible person. He had the ability to pray on behalf of people, and he would be able to say after he prayed, the person who I just prayed for is going to live, or the person I just prayed for is going to die. Amar loi, mina tayedeh. So they asked him, how do you know this? Amar lahem, im shkura tefilasi b'pi, yodeni shemakubal v'im lav yodeni shematuraf. So he said, I can tell by what happens with my prayer. When I pray, if it comes out sweetly, if it comes out smoothly, if the words just flow out on their own, I know that the person is going to live. But if I see that as I'm speaking, as I'm praying, my words are stumbling, I'm stumbling over my words, I'm not getting out what I want to say, that's a sign from heaven. I can tell that my prayers will not be accepted and the person is going to die. Says the Masbik, right, so here's a real Baal Bitachon, right? Someone who can pray and he knows he's going to be answered. He knows his prayer was accepted. Someone who's on this level, who is absolutely certain, they're confident that what they requested will be fulfilled. It's not because they trust in their own righteousness. It's not because they trust in their own merits. This type of person, again, same idea. They're not. If you can find a person whose prayers are always answered, and there are people like that today. Baruch Hashem, the Jewish people have people like that today. But if you ask the person, why is your prayer being answered? They won't say it's because I'm such a tzaddik. Besides the fact that they're let's say they're absolutely honest with you. Despite their humility, they tell you the truth. It's not because of me, it's because of Hashem's absolute kindness. Like King David himself says, I trusted in your kindness. Well, we can't imagine what an awesome, righteous individual King David was. Dovid Hamelech, the Meshoyer, the singer of the Jewish people, the king whose son built a temple. He found Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, the Har Habayis, Har Moiriah. You can't imagine his level. He was a Navi. And yet he said, I don't have any chasadim. I don't have any of my own chasadim. I depend on your chasadim, Hashem. I depend on your kindness. That's how Bitachon works. The Bitachon does not work because of something that we've earned. Yes, we're better off. Yes, we could talk about our relationship with Hashem. Of course, it needs to be solid. But that's not why it works. It doesn't work because of something that I did. It works because of Hashem's racham, his compassion, his mercy, his kindness. It brings down on the bottom here of the Inyan, tikvas hachesed, insofar as, in regards to the concept of hoping for kindness, kaiseh balei karim, zelashone. The Balei Karim writes, tikvas hachesed hi joyous mishbachas mikulan. Hoping for kindness, asking Hashem for chesed, is the most praiseworthy thing of all. He's not so sure he's going to get that which his heart desires, that which he's requesting of Hashem. When a person looks at himself honestly and he says, look, I don't think I'm really on the level that Hashem should give me anything. Why should Hashem do me any favors? Why should Hashem give me a free ride, so to speak? Why should He give me a kindness when I don't deserve it? So that person thinks, look, Hashem's not going to give me what I want. Or this is a mistake. We talked about this also, the Alter Navari talks about it. Because the person thinks I don't deserve it, so he thinks, I don't deserve it, Hashem's not going to give it to me. So the person doesn't have enough bitachon. The person doesn't have enough kivui. Doesn't have enough hoping. If a person hopes properly, if a person has the proper bitachon, if he has the proper confidence, the proper feeling of hope, of confidence, Hashem is going to give me what I need. Hashem, from His side, there's nothing holding Him back from giving you kindness, even if you don't deserve it. Hashem always wants to give. Hashem has a rule. It's a rule in reality. Hashem always wants to give the person who is mekaveh, who desires, who turns towards Him. Kaveh l'Hashem. Straight line. The word kaveh means to hope. It means to have a straight line into Hashem. We spoke about this from the Ramchal. Straight line into Hashem. Passuk says, Hashem wants those who fear Him, those who are dependent on, those who are hoping for His kindness. And what we see from this, says the Balei Karim, what we see from this is when a person does not receive that which he wants or that which he needs, it's because he didn't direct his wanting properly. He didn't give it his all. Why? Because he felt, I don't deserve it. Hashem's angry at me. I'm not fitting in Hashem's eyes, but that's not how Hashem thinks of it. Says the Balei Karim. Amazing thing. All right. We're going to skip some things here. Says the joyous or Hamelech. The Malbim says, what it means to say is, even though I trusted in your kindness, we'll see more about this soon. He says an amazing thing. He says, and this is so important, we've spoken about different levels of bitachon. We've spoken about trusting in Hashem completely. How much ishtadlus do we do? Do we do any ishtadlus? Do we put in any efforts? But we need to hear the highest level so that we can know where we want to get to, what we want to aim for, what's possible. Shoot for the stars. He says, look, so listen to this. This is certainly out of my grasp, but it's something that I'd like to aspire to. He says, a person could have such bitachon, could have such awesome faith in Hashem, such confidence that it's going to be good, that when the thing comes, I got what I requested. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, right? We find, I told you the story with Reb Zundel, how he had bitachon that he's going to go to the ship, he's going to go to Jaffa, the port at Jaffa, and there's going to be somebody there, he's going to marry this guy to his daughter. Came back, the guy seemed like he was a boor, he was an Amaretz, a nobody. Then finally, after a certain amount of time, he revealed who he was. They came running to Reb Zundel, and he said, he's the grandson of the Shagas Aryeh. And Reb Zundel was not impressed. He was not blown away because he had bitachon. There is such a thing. Having such a strong bitachon, despite the odds, despite the way things look, it could come, when it comes, it could come, and it doesn't feel like it's, wow, so amazing. Dovid Hamelech says, even though I have bitachon, I rejoiced with the salvation, even though I knew it was coming, even though I had every bit of confidence. Because I will sing to Hashem, for He has given me these things. Shashilim liki'ilu gemul yadi al ma'asai v'chadash hagarim gila. Says the Malbim, Dovid Hamelech is telling us that when I receive my salvation, my experience of it is that I know I didn't deserve it. This is really deep. I know I did not deserve it, and yet Hashem gave it to me. Hashem gave me the salvation. I experienced that as if Hashem gave it to me and I deserved it, even though I know I didn't deserve it. That is an awesome, incredible experience, says Dovid Hamelech. It feels like I received it and I deserved it, even though I know I didn't. That's such an awesome feeling. That's what Dovid Hamelech is rejoicing about. Very interesting. Now let's see if we have enough time for this. It's quite a long little piece over here. A long little piece. Says the Oyel Yaakov on Parshas B'Shalach. The Baal Chavis Halavavis writes, Ki mishpat haboteach hashalom liyos tamid b'simcha. Same idea. This is a similar idea, parallel idea to what the Malbim said. A person who has full bitachon, so he's always joyous. Because he knows that Hashem can always give a person all the good that he needs. The person can be so happy because he feels like he already got it. He got it. He's got it already. It might feel like there's no big difference between before and after. So here a little bit of a different view than the Malbim. But we have a mitzvah which would seem to be a contradiction to that which we are obligated when it comes to the bitachon. I have to be grateful. I have to have a sense of gratitude when Hashem gives me something, when something good happens to me in my life. But if I have such strong bitachon, here a high level, if I have such strong bitachon, it's not such a big deal when it comes. It's not such a big deal. But it has to be a big deal. I need to be moided to Hashem. I need to thank Hashem. So it's an obligation. So a person who has this level, this exalted level of bitachon, that he feels like before the fact, that he already got it, and he's always happy because he knows that Hashem could do it. Hashem will do it. So where's the joy in his heart when he gets what he needs? It's like klal inyan mechudash. It doesn't feel like anything new. It feels like he already had it. Amazing. The truth is that this is what King David, the songs, the singer of the people of Israel, he said about himself, or praised about himself. He's saying like this: I trusted in you. I knew it. I knew before I even got the salvation, I knew it's coming. He said, but even afterwards, I was still ecstatic when I got it, even though I was happy before. So what's the pshat? What's the idea? Ki amnam hu sas v'samech b'shuas Hashem b'leiv ne'eman. A person who has this level of confidence, he rejoices in Hashem with a trusting heart. And he says, look, I'm missing something? I'm not missing anything. Hashem will certainly give me what I need. And if something bad happens to me, Hashem will certainly save me. So because of this, so he doesn't feel pain, and he doesn't feel ecstatic when he receives his salvation. So the person, this person on this amazing level of bitachon, when he's missing something and then Hashem provides it for him, he does indeed work on himself. He does indeed develop a sense inside of himself of joy, of an awesome joy, of a greater joy, because while it's true beforehand, he had bitachon, the confidence, he knew it was coming, he knew he was going to get what he needed. But still, once he actually experiences it, it's not the same knowing something intellectually as actually experiencing the salvation. And so when he experiences the salvation, his feeling is, his sensation is of a greater simcha, of a greater joy, of a greater sense. because of the fact that he received indeed the salvation, and now he's experienced it. And therefore, before I experience it, there's a certain joy because I know it's coming. After I experience it, there's a deeper joy because now I've experienced it. That's what we got for today. Thank you so much for listening. See you again next time.